Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hook and Stitch and Iron Style. I'm Antoinette, your hostess, coming to you from Deer Island, New Brunswick, Canada, located in the Bay of Fundy. I want to welcome all returning Fiber Family members, new Fiber Family members, and if it's your first time here, first live, and you're watching the replay, click the subscribe, the bell, and all, and hopefully YouTube will notify you when I upload a video. There's nobody here right now. I want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. If you're watching the replay, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. And I'm just thought I'd come on for Mother's Day and have a craft time, crochet, knit, whatever. Have a cup and a chat. So I'm just going to sit here to see if anybody comes in. As you can see, there's Tigger. I moved him over here so you can see him. I just finished. I'm going to refilm this tutorial. This will be coming out tomorrow. It is the Golden Coins dishcloth that I'm doing. This is number 3 of 6 out of the book, and this is what it looks like. And I think it's pretty close to what it's supposed to look like. So in this, the stitch you're going to learn is how to do a couple of simple cables. They're not hard at all. And I'll go through all that in the tutorial. So look for that tomorrow morning, Monday. I have some, I found a recipe for cinnamon raisin bread. I'm going to get inside here because I keep kicking things because I was working on this too. I keep kicking things. I found a recipe. I was looking for a recipe for my bread machine for cinnamon raisin bread. Found a few of them. So I have one in right now. I'm going to try to do 2 loaves. I've got 6 loaves in the freezer, and have 1 loaf up here that we're using. Oh, these earrings, these were a gift a couple of years ago, and I'm going to say I apologize up front because I can't remember. I want to say I think it was Lisa at Ladybird Loves, but I put them on because they were in my craft room. Thought I'll throw them in because I forgot to put earrings in. Beautiful day here. A little bit on the cool side. It's 9 Celsius, about 40, 42 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm burning my sea mist candle. It smells just like if you're out in the ocean and you have clothes hanging on the line. That's what it smells like. As you can see, I got this stack here. Do you remember when I did these granny squares from that vintage yarn at Cinnamon Ombre? I want to say, was it Ames or Zayres? I can't remember what the thing was. I have a ball band here somewhere. So I had done 16 of them. I kept 10, and I frogged 6 of them because what I am doing is I've got a whole stack here made, and I'm making my granny squares a little different. And I like this way better because they come out more square. Instead of, because I'm going to sew in these ends while we're sitting here. Instead of doing a chain 1 between the granny stitch, and I'm only doing a chain 1 in the corners, it seems to come out more square. So that's what I'm working on there. Trying to find where I do with my needles. I have needles all over. Oh, there we go. I got one in here somewhere. I think my needle pack is in one of my other my project bags, but I do have some of my pony needles I had gotten from Hobie. So I can sew in these ends while I'm sitting here. And I'll show you some of the squares, and I'm making them different. I'm doing different patterns with just this yarn and black yarn. Like I have, trying to do 4 of each. I did these ones here. And then there are just 4 black ones. And then, let's see here. I got to do another one of these. I only have 3 of these. And I just used it in the center. And then I make 2. Like I said, I'm trying to do 4 of each. I did the small granny square in all the solid color. And then this morning I kind of threw this together and I did it all black. And then, welcome in, Suzanne. Welcome in. Happy Mother's Day. And then I trimmed it in the cinnamon ombre. Oh, nope, I got 2 of those made. So I got 2 more of these to make, 1 more of these to make, and 2 more of these to make. But before I do that, I'm going to sew in some of these ends. Welcome in, Perp. Happy Mother's Day. Excuse me. I thought I'd come on, and I hadn't been on for a live, so I thought I'd do a live. I actually haven't spent much time in the craft room because yesterday I had to do all the invoicing for the chamber. And happy Mother's Day, dear. Happy Mother's Day, Wildflower. Thank you for popping in. And 3 trips to the mainland this week. Finally got the pickup registered. Which, thank you, Suzanne. Same to you, my dear. Same to you, my dear. So I thought today I'm going to come in and just spend some time. I've got the breads in the machine. It's raising. It's going. I already have supper planned for tonight, which I'm doing BLTs, just something simple. Try to finish, finish this the tutorial for this because it's going to go out tomorrow for the golden coins dishcloth, which means we're halfway through the book, the little pamphlet of 6 patterns. I've been working on the editing for the interview with Lindsay, which will be coming out in June as a premiere. We're going to do the same thing as we've did in the past interviews. I released it as a premiere, and the designer that I interviewed is in the chat, and you can ask questions, and then it'll go to replay. So, but that's what I'm working on. As you can see, my Tigger here, that was Darlene made that. I did a video on it, and but yeah, I just absolutely love Tigger. I put him in here. Just kind of keep me company because I have to keep it away from the dogs. They think it's a new chew toy. So no, no chew toy. And I was just showing, talk. I think we're gonna have to fix Hope, Obi. I'm gonna have to shut him off. And it was my fault because talking with my hands. We'll put him back where he was. There we go. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. I can't help it. But it is. It's a beautiful day here. The sun's shining. Like I said, it's on the cool side, but I just threw a sweater on. Got some sock slippers on my feet. So that's why I decided to come on today. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I've got zippers, and I'm going to line it. I'm going to make a bag, but I haven't decided. I think I'm going to go too wide, like got 10 here. Anyways, making this the bag, and then on the sides, I'm going to put these on the sides in all the different patterns, and across the bottom, and then up, line it. And I bought straps. If you remember, I showed you the straps I bought. So I'm trying to get some of these squares used up. I've got to start putting together the ones from my manic blanket, which are just random squares that little sis and I did on the Happy Meal Advent project last year. I've got ones that I have swatches from when I did tutorials, and it'll be all different, whether knitting, crochet, Tunisian, broomstick. I mean, there's going to be, that's why I'm calling it the manic blanket, because it's going to be all over the place. So put my needle here. So I thought I would just sew these ends in while we're sitting here talking. And I'll have to lay it out on my craft tape, my tutorial table here, and just figure out how I'm going to do it. Like I said, just trying to clean up some of the lingering, just things that have been sitting around that I can use in other projects. Like I said, I've got lots of swatches, some I frogged, and just put into my little scrap container here that I'll use for amigurumi or crochet squares, whatever, or in a pattern. Maybe even start putting a scrap ball together. Where you do the Russian join on your yarn and just wind it into a ball. So that's what I'm doing. Just like I said, just little things like that. I think that's the one thing everybody hates about granny squares is weaving in the ends. Maybe that's why Red Heart come up with that all-in-one granny, which I do have 4 skeins but 2 different colors. And I actually started making up. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 or something. Anyways, I got a stack of the squares done. And you got to pay attention. It's not as fast as when I'm just doing this. And you have to follow the pattern from Red Heart for it to get it to work out. And I was talking, who was I talking to? Well, a few people. Anyways, I've been, because of course I'm getting ready. I'm going to start putting things together for the Potiversary. And it's actually going to be a themed celebration. Because when I started this channel, it was to, knitting and crocheting, but also to my love of the island. What I'm going to do is a lot of prizes are going to be from, I'm going to go to the various artisans on the island and get stuff that they did and for prizes. I may do like a prize pack where like there'll be like some of the buttons from Michelle, an ornament that comes from Island Treasures. But it's good stuff that's going to be made by people from the island and New Brunswick, because I do have a Maritimes Textures who is going to do the interview this year. They're going to be back here. They don't live on the island, but they have a summer place on the island. I'm going to do an interview with his wife, Debbie, because she does all. Welcome in, sis. Welcome in. See you sitting beside me, Tigger. So there. One weaved in. That's kind of hard, guys, isn't it? Thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, I got all my got all my Happy Mother's Day out to people last night. Probably it must have been 1 o'clock this morning before I went to bed. So I hope you got something to drink. I may have to pop out here and there because I've got to switch over the bread machine. I did make a fresh pot of coffee so I can have my coffee. Forgot to bring my knitting cup in though. I washed it. Welcome in, Priest. Welcome in. Happy Sunday to you too, my dear. I'm sitting here sewing in. I think I was just saying everybody's favorite thing to do. Weaving in ends. It's like the least favorite I think that everybody likes to do. But I mean, this is just granny squares for a bag. But still want to make sure my ends are woven in. Priest, you see my Tigger? I love my Tigger. Love my Tigger. And I was working on my dragon last night for a while, and I got home from cards. I was home early last night, 12 o'clock. And I grabbed my dragon, because I wasn't real tired. I don't know, just one of the days I wasn't tired. I just grabbed my dragon. I started working on the feet. Ugh, I ripped it out. I didn't like how it looked. Did not like how it looked and how it came out. That's Tigger. That's Tigger. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. I used to. Oh, yes, perp. I know some places in the world Mother's Day is different. Yeah, this is our Mother's Day, U.S., Canada. is today. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know it's today. It's ours. And I wish my mom a happy heavenly Mother's Day, and my daughter-in-laws, my sisters. My one sister got married yesterday. She's supposed to send me some pictures. Let's just say that she's happy. That's all I care about. That's all I have to say in that matter. Okay. Those ones are done. My tension, I'm finding my tension's pretty even for the most part. If you look at the back here, my tension's pretty even for the most part. So we'll put those over there. Welcome into anybody that's working, lurking, gurking, and all that stuff too. Just don't forget to leave your DNA, because we are on track for a goal there. By August, one or both of the goals that we had set when we were talking at the birthday bash is 1,500, if not 2K, family members, and the first level of monetization, which is 3,000 watch hours. And thank you to everybody that's been playing my playlist, because it is going up. I will actually let you know where we're at. Let me see. Oh, okay, YouTube Studio. Okay, we are at well, I'll show you here. Eligibility. 2,489 public watch hours, which means 511 hours away from the 3,000. Oh, okay. Oh, those are good. Being lactose intolerant, I don't eat much, but I do every once in a while like ice cream. There's a place in the island, Mercury Ice Cream. Sorry if you would. I can't have any of the ice cream packages for the Podiversary Bash, because it it would melt by the time it got to you. Speaking about birthday bash, Perp, your box will be going out this coming week. I had to kind of spread them out. There were so many boxes, and I was kept repacking it because you and there was 3 of you that had bigger parcels, and I tried to downsize as much as I can to save on the shipping, because went well over the donated money for the shipping. It went well over that. So, but those will be going out this week, and then all my packages for the birthday bash are out. Like I said, there was a lot of them. There was 30 plus winners. So, I mean, some were from other people, some were digital or what have you, or gift cards. So, but those will be going out. Let's see what else. So yeah, so I'm working on that there, because I've got those zippers over there that I got from Courtney at Fiberfox Studios. You guys remember these? I kind of just hang them on my racks. These are the zippers. So I'm going to, it'll probably take one of these zippers here. Oops. One of the big zippers. And then this here, I can just crochet it right into the, or even sew it. Because once I put the liner in. So it's all going to be black, burgundy, and the white. So. Oh, thanks, Perp. I know you will. Some of the packages, like the UK, and that it may have to go surface, which could take up to 4 weeks. But I have found even using the surface to the UK, it's got there less than a month. It took like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Good morning, Janet. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day to you too, dear. Whether you're a fur baby mom, a two-legged mom, happy Mother's Day to all. And there's some dads out there that are mom and dad, so happy Mother's Day to all. Yeah, Janet, that's why I like them. I she got them in Hobby Lobby, so I mean we don't have them up here. So when I want more of them, I just have to get a hold of her, and she said, just pay Power the money. And she said she'd send them to me. But nope. So just trying to use up some of this stuff here, and that redo the excuse me, redoing the tutorial for the golden coins dishcloth, which is, like I said, it'll be coming out tomorrow, so look for that tomorrow. And finishing editing the interview with Lindsay. It was a good interview too. It was a real good interview. Oh yeah, we got lots of ends on this one because I changed colors. And there's Gracie here, or Kiva here, one of them. So what's everybody working on today? Or doing for anybody doing anything special for Mother's Day? And later on, I'll open the panel up. But no, I'm just sewing in. I'll tell you, I like these pony needles. They're pretty nice. I mean, they are plastic, but they're actually very nice needles to work with. They've got a large eye on them, and they're nice to work with. I mean, I've got all kind of needles. When I'm doing some things, I like to use the bent blunt tip. Other ones, especially if it's on a fine 0-1, even a 2 yarn, and it's like wool, cotton, so blends and stuff. I like to use the one where I can actually go when you're sewing your ends, instead of just going under the stitch, go through the stitch. Oh, you're busy. Welcome in, Dragon Cat. Happy Mother's Day. So because it just makes it a little bit secure. Now, I have seen, and it's something I may look at, like if you're doing wool, where they will felt it in. They have like a little thing there that you go like this, and it will felt your end that you're weaving in right into, your project that you did, and it's supposed to be real secure. So I don't know what to see on that. But no. What's the weather? Tell me what the weather's like where you're at. Like I said, the sun's shining here, but it is cool. Well, it's up to 11. It's up to 11 Celsius, which is in the 40s. Hopefully, my loving son will remember to call me. He forgot to call me on my birthday. That's okay. I mean, and I don't get too upset about that. Sometimes it might be a month I don't hear from him. I might get a message here and there. But if not, I know he loves me. He's busy. He's got a family. Yeah. So, that's right. You're in the lower state New York instead of upstate New York. Low state New York. But yes. So yes, everybody, let little sis Darlene know there, Sever, what a job she did on this. I mean, oh, nice. I mean, and the thing is, she put lavender in him, and he smells so good. Like I said, I've had to keep it away from the dogs. And that's that Swift that I bought. I got the coupon for less than $20 at Michael's. So, because it attaches to the table. I still have my other one. We talked about that. I did find a little piece after I'd called Michael's. He said, "Well, you got to bring it in just so we can switch it." I found it. It was at the bottom of the bag. It must have slipped out. Welcome in, Art Junkie. Welcome in, dear. And I am starting to try to watch some videos. A lot of times people see me online, but all it is my phone's running people's playlists, or it's running videos, and because I mean, for being semi-retired, I'm really busy. And we're going to be busy between now until the end of the month, because the culvert pipe we got some copper pipe to make the bridge to go over to the storage building so that the guys can start, because the boxes are 500 pounds. They're heavy boxes. Move it. So they're bringing a four-wheeler over to be able to move it. Janet, I have 2 winders that I use. The very first one I bought was Nitpicks, the purple one, and I've had that. I bet you I've had that 6 years, and it still does a good job. And I waited, and I treated myself and saved up, and I bought one of the Knit Pro Signature Series ball winder, mega winder, and mine came from the Quilted Bear. You can get them. You can get them online, Amazon. I got mine off Amazon, but when I got it on sale, and it was 100 and I don't remember. I'd have to look back at my receipt, but it was less than $200. And it was free shipping from the UK. And you can't see it, but it sits. This thing right here, it's up on top there because but it's the quietest, and I can do up to 400 grams or better on it. Make some big balls. So, but that's and like I said, I also have a tabletop Swift, which is what I use when I make my mini skeins, because it's nice to make the mini skeins with it. There, another one done. Yeah, another one done. I got 4 of these to do. Let's put them here in a stack. Yeah, the Stanwood is nice too. The Stanwood I have is called the Amish Tabletop Swift. What's nice about it is it stores in a box about maybe 30 inches tall and about a half an inch wide, maybe an inch wide. And it just stores in there. It just takes out, it has 2 pieces of wood that cross. And then there's the bottom pieces. There's the bottom piece that you put the crosses, and then the long arms go on top of that, and a wooden dowel goes to that. Then it has marked in inches, how the circumference of your hank. And I put it on there, but it's tabletop and it spins this way, so it's great if what's really nice about it, like I said, is I can just stick it right back in the box and just put it in the cupboard. It stands up in the corner there. This one here I put up because I've got some yarn, and it just clamps the side of my table. I have it there just temporarily until I kind of rearrange things, because it has to have a place where it can open up. So I can't put it on the back of the table. Janet, I drove transport, tractor trailer, semi, whatever you want to call it, big truck, for 30 years. In that 30 years, I was in the boroughs a lot. And I come in with 53-foot trailers and a conventional, the one that has the big nose out in front. Brooklyn, Queens, Yonkers, the Bronx, all of them, Staten Island, Long Island, Manhattan. Yeah. So I used to get hazardous pay to go when I did those runs. So I made really good money. So I didn't mind going to the boroughs. I mean, I took produce down there. I used to take the rolls of paper down to the Watchtower, the Jehovah's Witness paper. I used to take it was in Brooklyn, and you'd back down across the street and then back into a building underground. So yeah, I did a lot of years. Me, no, I'm not a crazy driver. I'm not a crazy driver. Safe driver. Priest, I've seen those too. I've done some of the there's a few I did at the island of just music and footage of the island. But well, I'm gonna put. Let me see if I can do this here. Do. Okay, I don't need that there. Here. It's here. Okay, I put thing. I've got to go over here to YouTube. Over here. Don't mind me. I talk to myself all the time. I talk to myself all the time. Okay, and got it. Okay, we're going to end this message. I'll be right with you. I heard somebody pop in and makes a little. There we go. Hi, sis. Happy Mother's Day.
Hello.
Tigger.
Your Tigger.
That's my Tigger. That's my Tigger. All right, so I pinned the message up there if anybody wants to come up on panel. Oh no, Dragon Cat, I have whole conversations with myself, dear. I have whole conversations with myself. That's a scary thing.
Oh, if so long as you don't answer yourself, what? You say what to yourself then?
Have
Hi,
full
Doris.
arguments with. Welcome in, Doris. Welcome in, dear. As long I have full arguments with myself and have been known to lose. That's really strange.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, isn't it, Janet? Isn't
Oh.
he amazing? Bonchy, 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 bonchy. I loved his laugh. I can't do his laugh. I just love his laugh. But yes, I sit there, keep smelling him. Smells good. I'm leaving his tail just the way it is.
Yeah. I put a wire in the tail so you can move it.
But no, he is beautiful. I mean, her stitches are so tight. Mine are nowhere. My amigurumi is nowhere as good as hers. But yes, I have to keep this. I have to keep this out of any place for the dogs because they think it's a new chew toy. I mean, Gracie's always constantly sniffing it, which I got to pick her dog hairs out of it. When she sniffs it. Ugh.
They like the lavender.
They like it because they think it's a chew toy. And they're pretty aggressive chewers. So welcome in, anybody. If I missed you, welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, it is. Janet, I agree. I think it's better made a whole lot better quality than what you do get from Disney. Dragon Cat, I process things. I'll be talking to myself. Absolutely. And sometimes it's how I work through a problem, a pattern, whatever. So, and I hung Demetra's mandala up there, and it's got some of my fancy stitch markers up on it. I'm going to get a hook. The wall stuff needs redone, but these are things people have made me or sent me that just have a lot of, they make me feel good. They make me smile. The picture that Marlene painted for me. Frenchie sent me.
Beach.
Yep, the sign there. I have the mandala. I have all my Amy families over there, which I do have 2 shelves that are going to be put up. I just haven't decided where to put them up at. I'm probably going to go over here where you won't see them because my desk is here, and that's my blank wall. My big TV's up there, which I do watch sometimes. I kick back and put my feet up on the ottoman that's underneath there. Tuck things underneath the desk. It's a great way to hide things. Not hide things, but make room.
Well, yeah, I can't put my feet under my desk because it's stuff that's down there.
Well, I got a lot of my stuff cleaned up. And just so y'all know, I have been really good. I keep getting them emails. I got my new Mary Maxim catalog come in. And I finally got mine, Darlene. But other than the white yarn you saw that I got at Michael's and the 4 little skeins of the bamboo. Oh, no, Dragon Cat. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take Obi. Stop it.
Ugh.
I got to quit talking. I talk with my hands. I'm so sorry. But I talk with my hands. Now I got to put it up here. You can see my hand. We're going to.
Hi, Anvita.
Welcome in, Anvita. Welcome in, dear. Happy Mother's Day to everybody coming in. It's Mom.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Dragon Cat, think back to before we had the food processors. And you might have to go old school. Before we had food processors and choppers and all that. Just
bread
go
makers.
Old school. Yes, I'm using. Hey, I got cinnamon raisin in right now.
Oh, you found a recipe.
I found quite a few recipes, and I found another one for cinnamon gooey bread.
What's cinnamon gooey bread? Sounds good.
Lots of cinnamon, brown sugar. It's not
Sweet.
calorie friendly at all.
Yeah.
But this one here had milk, cinnamon, light brown sugar, a little bit of salt, the yeast, flour, and a cup and a half of milk. You're supposed to let the milk get to room temperature, so I just popped it in the microwave on 30 seconds a couple times, and it brought it to pretty much to room temperature.
Yeah.
I want to get the first loaf in so I can scare the hell out of Gracie. Gracie, all I have to do is lift the top of that bread machine, and she is at the door whining and hiding, and she's terrified of the bread machine. I have no idea why, what it is.
It must make a certain noise that only maybe dogs can hear.
Kiva's fine. Doesn't bother a bit. But after it, because it goes through 3 cycles of fermenting, rising, 2 knockdowns, and the mixing and everything. But once it's to that stage, Gracie's fine. But when I first go over, I get my big thing of flour and put it up on the counter because I have like a tote that I keep it in. It's airtight. And I just pull the lid up to pull the pan out. She's gone. Whining. And I mean, I told her she's such a sook. She is such a sook. I did work on, I was talking, I think right before you come in, I was working on last night. I decided I got back from cards early last night. I was home by midnight.
Oh,
We had 2 tables last night, and it was just insane. That's what I think, Barbie said something. It might just be the pitch or whatever it is that, because it's not noisy. My KitchenAid mixer is louder. The air fryer is louder. The dishwasher, the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it might be just
about
that
bread
specific
maker.
pitch.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'll show you. I have a stack here. I'm weaving in ends on granny squares I made. I had to rip them out because I didn't like how the feet were looking. Because the feet, I'm doing the laying down dragon. Well, the legs he's laying on his belly. Because ooh, I don't want to lose that. Oh, okay. There is. I got to do the soft sculpting on him, and I didn't have enough here, but I'm gonna have the tail like this beside as it's doing. The tail's gonna be this way.
Oh yeah.
Where you can bring it up and kind of curl it in. Now, I haven't decided yet, but I'm just leaving it out for that now. But the feet are done.
What pretty colors.
It's hold on, I'll get the yarn. This is going to be one of my go-to yarns for the Kraken also, as well as the Oceana in the Karen Simply Soft. One thing about Karen Simply Soft is it splits so much, but it made nice. Thanks, Dragon Cat. It makes nice amies, just splitty. This is Loops and Threads, Soft Classic. Okay, it's the variegated one, and this color, here, is doesn't have the color on here. It just Bluebird Multi. Okay, but the grays, the blues, the teals, the seafoam green, I thought would look great for Krakens.
Mm-hmm.
But then this is going to the same person that got the Kraken. So the colors I thought would go good together. And this Loops and Threads is really actually easy to work with. I actually had to get another one because I'm getting low on this here. That was all that I had left out of that big bag. That's why I bought that big box. But this is going to take a lot of fiber fill. A lot.
Yeah, like Tiger?
Yes. Tigger. Yeah. Janet, I've done 2 Krakens with it, and it was really nice to work with. Like I said, you just have to be careful because when you're doing AMI, you gotta do your single crochets have got to be, you know,
Tight.
close together and tight so you get that tight where the polyfill doesn't show. But yeah, it did a real nice job. I don't have any of the Amis that I made with it because I gifted them all away. Obi, I'm gonna smack you
Oh,
upside your
how
head.
about your Velcro?
That is not Karen Simply Soft.
Oh,
It was the Karen Simply Soft that we were talking about. But yeah, because I've done 2 Krakens. And that Falcor, I'm going to be making another Falcor. Just like when I did my first Kraken, the second one was better, and I'm hoping my next Falcor will be better, and also it'll have the proper fur coming off his face, like the actual Never-Ending Story Falcor does. You know, so I'm looking forward to
and
doing him.
the person didn't hear what you were saying about the dragon.
Okay, good. Busy playing games?
Yeah, he's chatting online.
Okay.
He can hear you, but he's just not listening.
Okay. So I'm working. So that's what I'm working on too. Making progress on Solar Flare. 11 rounds to go before I start. But I have to order. I got to put an order into Hobie for 6 more skeins of that little the 8-4 print in the Sunfire color because I'm not going to have enough. I was calculating up the yardage. I don't think I'm going to have enough. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think you
order.
can use anything that's a 4-weight yarn for Nami.
I've used even a DK. I've used DK too, a heavy DK or a light 4-weight. Like Karen Simply Soft has one. It's called Karen Simply Soft Light. It's a number 3 as opposed to the number 4 that regular Karen Simply Soft is. There's a distinct difference in the two sides of the 2 yarns. But I love Karen Simply Soft. I know it's an acrylic. I know it's a splitty yarn, but I love working with Karen Simply Soft, especially when I make baby blankets.
I'm using it here.
You're using it. I'm just gonna put my camera off for a second here. I've got a hair under my plate, and I'm not gonna do that in front of you.
Yeah, I'm using it here, and it's not splitting on me at all, except for a few times I found where it's been cut and they do the knot. I don't like when they do that. I think those hanks of yarn, or whatever you call them, skein, should be discounted. Because I like to cake up my yarn before I use it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys like that too? Do you like caking up your yarn before you use it? Oh, and I never posted this on the Facebook page. I got a surprise happy mail the other day from my big sis. She sent me that. Really nice. Can you guys read that okay? It looks like it's backwards.
Hey, get out of there. We have visitors, the heathens.
And she bought me this thing that's like, I can't keep this left on it because it will constantly move. It constantly moves. It drives me crazy.
That's the gremlins that jump on it and they're swinging.
But that's for
Gracie. See, right at Tigger. She's right at Tigger.
Oh, look at her looking at him. Oh, so yeah, it just holds this like that. Very nice. I'll get some use out of that. So yeah, I didn't do anything, but she sent it to me anyway.
Yeah, I have the original one. It's the plastic one. I do like the wooden ones. They're much more aesthetically pleasing.
It's very pretty.
Well, Dragon Cat, later on this summer when we're doing Shop the Stash sale, be on the lookout, because now that I've got a second Swift, there may be Swifts and ball winders that I have going up for sale. Just saying, something to think about, because I am going to have, so start saving your pennies or loonies and toonies or pounds and pence and quid and whatever. I don't know all the different.
I like this ball winder. Plus, I got that big one.
Yep, I use that for that makes nice hanks.
But yeah, I like this one.
Yep, my nitpick one. I don't know where it's at right now.
Just you can only go so big because your yarn, if it's too big, it'll start hitting this.
Yeah, but mine's 6 years old and it's still going strong.
Well, and I dropped that one, remember? So
I
had to buy this other one.
Okay, Dragon Cat. Yeah, because there's going to be yarn and tools and gadgets and all kind of stuff. I'm looking to have a large tote with the yarn bagged up in, I bought those Temu bags to bag the yarn up in. So when I ship it, because I do, even when I ship now, I try, most of the time I have it in plastic, but I just take a straight pin, safety pin, and I poke little holes in it just to get the air. You don't want to seal it totally, especially acrylic in a plastic bag where it can't breathe. You want it to be able to breathe.
Yeah, and you can squeeze it a lot better if you have those little ear holes.
Yes, perp, it does. But I saw one like I got for Sis there that I thought, oh, but I didn't buy it for me. I bought one for her, and they actually have one that comes like this and has two of them hanging. The ball winder has two of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that off Amazon. I got that on Amazon. But let's grab another square here and sew more ends in. I don't like to let too many without sewing my ends in. This is for that bag that I'm making. And then I've got to gather all my blocks up, all my swatches and blocks and stuff for my manic blanket, because it's all over the place. Somebody asked me, what's a manic blanket? And I said, all over the place.
We have
are you
to get to a yarn festival.
I was supposed to be going to one on the 18th, but Barb's going away for the weekend, so I'm just going to be here with the girls. So we'll more than likely have a live that weekend. Maybe two. Now I'm saving all my scraps here. I'm gonna get a bowl and put these, or jar, and put those all in it.
What term? Janet says, I love that term.
What term, Janet? Oh, manic?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, they had the school. They had that song, Manic Monday.
Yeah, the Bangles.
But yeah, these pony needles are nice.
I think
I got them with my points on Hobie, so they were free. There goes my needle, and they're metal. They're not plastic. I've got 100-pound golden behind me. I can't roll my chair back.
Is she staring at Tigger?
Nope, she's laying down. Cause Miss Frady Cat of the
bread maker.
Bread maker. Honest to gosh, get her own shadow. Usually, I hear Kiva will go to the door and she'll start whimpering. She has to go to the bathroom. So if you hear me say I got to duck out, it's because it's potty time. I got to put them out.
So what's in your cup?
Coffee. Drinking coffee. Drinking coffee. Yeah, I'm saving these scraps for stuffing Ammies.
Yeah, it helps to, like, you just put it in the middle.
Yeah.
And not around the outside, so because you'd see the colors.
Makes the stuffing go a little further.
Yeah.
I've got to get a separate jar for that one because I've got one down here has got little balls in it. A lot of times I get so many, then I'll put them in a box when I send something to Bella. So she has some just for her students.
I actually have a couple glass jars that I have all my scraps in.
Got them all sewed in. Ooh, got another one sewed in. Woohoo!
Another one bites the dust.
Okay, Perp, have a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, have a wonderful day.
Thank you for coming, Doris. Have a blessed day, dear.
Happy Mother's Day, Doris.
Okay, Jan, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're just chit-chatting. Just hanging out, spending Mother's Day together, just crafting, cupping, and chatting.
Yeah. Before we did groceries, we went in and gave Dean's mom her gifts. Because tomorrow's her birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She'll be 87 tomorrow.
God bless her.
Yeah. But unfortunately, all she's been really focusing on is telling us that when she was 4 years old, she delivered newspapers.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's a blessing. You know, when they get to that point that their memory, they go to a happier time in their life.
Yeah, but I can't see anybody at 4 years old delivering newspapers.
No, but maybe she went with, somebody that did deliver newspapers.
Possibly. But yeah, it's sad seeing her like that. But she seemed happy when she was telling us all the 15 times.
Well, they don't realize it.
Oh, goodness, no.
That's one thing about sitting here and chatting, and I get some stuff done. And I'm getting a headache from my hair being clipped up. I gotta get a shower, wash my hair and stuff, but when I'm cooking, no sense.
No, because you're going to be sweating from
greasy and everything else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're just going to have Caesar salad tonight.
I'm making BLTs.
Oh, that's what we're having tomorrow. Bacon and lettuce tomorrow. Or bacon tomato.
My craft room's not in too bad a shape. I mean, I've got it cleaned up some. Trying to, stuff like my pattern books and stuff. If I can get a couple shelves up in here, then I'll be able to get them off the shelf in the closet there, and I can put some of the stuff from the floor up on there.
Well, this week I should be able to start taking stuff downstairs because the shelves are up.
They are.
Going to stick them together with some of those. What are they called? What are they called, hun? Zip ties.
Yep.
Yeah. But I bought some bins, clear bins, that will fit on the shelves because I want to see what's in the bins.
Yeah. That's why when I bought the new totes for the Yarnet, I did get them. They were on sale at Canadian Tire when I got them, so I can see what's in them. But I still have totes I can't see. So I bought some of the bigger totes, big blue ones, where I have my yarn in. But they'll be good for storing.
Hi, Kim G. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Kim J. Kim G. Happy Mother's Day to you too, dear. I am hoping in this next shop the stash. I'm looking to down it. I'm looking by the end of the year to have the stash cut down in half. That's 200,000 yards of yarn.
Wow.
Between what I'm using and what I'm selling, what I'm giving away. Oh, somebody's. Hold on a second here. Somebody's. Oh, it's my daughter-in-law.
Oh, texting you?
Yeah, it was just my daughter-in-law wishing me Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. So, what did I do? Oh, there it is. I did my needle. But yeah, these pony needles, they're metal, and they're actually really pretty nice needles.
Oh, what, for sewing in?
Yep, for sewing in my ends.
Are they sharp?
Okay. I will be right back. I have got to go check on my bread.
Yeah.
Don't want it to burn.
Okay, you sound like Marilyn there for a sec. Mr. President. Darn yarn getting tangled up. I'm making my first knitted top for myself. I'm using Caron Simply Soft. Very pretty. Of course, it's purple. And it's that pattern. So what's nice is you go down so far, just below the armpits, and then it's in the round. So nice and simple to learn. Yeah, well, yarn winders shouldn't break, hopefully. They should be good forever. Hello, Mr. Yarn Doll. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. Antoinette will be back in a moment. She's just checking her bread. She's into bread making now. I hope everybody's having a good day on this Mother's Day for North America anyway. the darn. Yeah, I think I believe Antoinette's made some sourdough. Yeah, I'm sure she has some kimchi. She's done. When did she last do an order? A couple months ago, I think.
Oh, we were going to go to the live. Go ahead, girls. Go play. Come on. I just had him outside. All right, I'm back.
You're back.
We're in the little girls' room and I had to put the girls out, check the bread, all that good stuff. Okay, let me get myself situated here. Welcome in, Mr. Yarndall, and everybody. Kim, what colors? Yes, I do have Hirschner's yarn. I've got quite a bit of Hirschner's yarn. Let me know what kind of yarn it is, and I will check my stash and see what I have.
Oh, am I low?
I can hear you. I turn my volume up too.
Oh,
Oh, there goes the mouth. All right, I'm back.
you're back. Welcome back.
Okay, Kim. Yeah, just like I said, I have it's the Hirschner's Afghan. I've got the 2-ply and some 4-ply, and I will tell you, I have found that even in other brands, I can usually get close to, if not pretty much exact match on yarns. I have no problem blending my yarns together. What is? Oh my word! Listen to them. Oh my word!
Can't hear them.
Oh, I can. So I shut my door. I shut the door. Barb's up now. She was napping.
Yeah, I think a nap is in my future too. Got a bit of a headache actually. Should take some Tylenol.
I can turn my volume down. Hold on here. Just pulling the stitch through. Let me go down here. Audio. Okay, it'll automatically adjust my volume here. So how's that? Is that better? My volume. I put it on automatically adjust the volume. I'll show you something. I will show you some of the Hirschner's yarn I have.
Yeah, see, I'm on my iPad, so it just picks up whatever. I don't have a mic or anything. Well, I have a mic, but apparently it's only a one-way mic. You'd be able to hear me, but then I wouldn't be able to hear Antoinette. It's only for recording.
No. I just grabbed one. This is the Hirschner's Vintage Collection. I've got this in 3 colors because originally I had bought it to make a vintage. There's 2 more skeins of this. Welcome in, Rose upon Rose.
Hello, Rose.
It's this here.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
I've got this in this green, a vintage rose and cream. And then I've got my tote in the closet. That's the Hirschner, different kinds of Hirschner's yarn I got. Just let me know, Kim. You can message me, email me, leave a comment here and let me know, and I can go through it. Okay. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Rose. Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, I did the sourdough Dragon Cat. I did a loaf of sourdough. I've got 6 loaves in the freezer right now. Sourdough, French, and just regular white bread, what they call soft bread. I'm trying the cinnamon raisin. And then after the machine, because I have found you have to let the machine cool down before you try to do another loaf. Usually what I'll do is when I wash my pan and everything, I let it cool down and then I put another one in. So I can usually do 3 loaves in one day, except sourdough. Sourdough is it's 6 hours and 45 minutes to do.
Wow, that's a long time.
It's a ribbon type. Oh, Kim G, I don't have any ribbon yarn. I'm sorry, dear. I don't have any ribbon yarn. Check some of the Facebook D-stash groups. They might have some. Or even go to Hirschner's and see if they have a in the clearance section, they might have some. Like I said, I've been staying away from looking at the sites and the sales stuff just because, I went to Hobie when they had the big sale and then all kind of crap in my cart. Didn't buy anything. I just went to shop.
Well, yeah, last year we didn't buy anything.
Really not. We really didn't buy anything last year.
This year, it seems like we're not buying too much.
Nope. Like I said, I'm trying to work my stash down. And I'm actually looking at getting a bunch of my acrylic and holding it double, make a blanket with.
Well, that's something that Debbie does.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Like she takes her scraps and she does that.
Yep. She likes making scrappy blankets and scrappy bags. I hope you all enjoyed. I mean, I'm sorry I can only put a picture up, but I'm going out this summer. And we're gonna shoot some videos.
Well,
because we're thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Well, Tigger was the biggest one that I've done, and it took me the longest. Like, I don't know if I prefer the small ones or the big ones. Each one is always like a different, like the way I did the stripes on Tigger.
Welcome in, Diana.
I did them to try to make the lines more smooth instead of jagged. Because usually if you knit a different color into a lighter color, you get all those jagged like pieces coming down. And I did it that at the bottom, I would use the main color, and then the top to bring it up through, I would use the other color. It's just when you're doing that though, you just have to be careful because the color will change on the next line again, and you just have to try and figure out for like that one particular Tigger. But each one I find I'm learning more and more. But yeah, I'm not sure if I like the small ones. Small ones are quicker for sure. Like that guy there, he took me a couple months, but it wasn't like there had been days that I didn't even work on them.
Yeah, Diana, they have.
Hi, Diana.
They have nice sales. Look at that. It's just sitting here for what? I've gotten that stack done. All my ends sewed in. I've got to sew all these ends in too. Most of these are sewed in, the big ones, but I do have some. I'm doing the little ones right now.
Yeah, like I say, each one is a learning experience, and I actually wanted to, for her Tigger, I want to have it that the joints would move, but when I went to do it, I looked at how you do it, and he was almost done. You have to make holes like as you're working him, So you have to know exactly where to put the holes for the legs and the arms. And I found in some of the instructions in any amigurumi, they're not all great. Because they just say attach a leg and then attach the arm. They don't tell you what row to go into. So you have to kind of play with it. And it makes it a little bit harder. But you have to figure it out yourself.
I've never tried the suds and scrub, Janet. For making my face scrubbies, I prefer the Rico or Estelle Yarns suds bubbles. I gifted a lot of face scrubbies that I had done out of that. Somebody's asking you, Darlene, about changing colors in Amy.
Yeah, if you could show some of his lines, how it's not jaggedy. Like there still is slightly, but it's not like it would be normally. Like you see how it's pretty straight. You just hold, like when I went from orange to black, I would hold the orange in the bottom, like however you would hold your yarn. The main color is on the bottom and the top, and the other color is on the top of your finger. So you just use the bottom. Oh, how am I? Use the bottom one. There's a video that will show it. Like you used here. Let me pull this color out, just to give you a little bit of a view. Say this is your main color. You would hold
Welcome
your
in,
main
Demetra,
color.
aka Slug.
Slug. So you would have your two colors, and you would just wrap it around your fingers however you would normally. And then let me get a hook. Use the thing. So what you would do is, for your bottom color, you would just bring up the bottom color, normal. You bring it through, and then when you do your second go in to do the top part, then you would just pick up your second color, and bring that up and through. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Because I don't have anything I'm working on that I can actually show you for crocheting. I hope that helps a bit. But there are like videos that make it so, that show you how to make straight lines. Excuse me. I dropped something. Oh, thanks, Demetra. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if I make sense when I'm trying to describe something. But it's a lot neater.
Welcome in, Jeanette. Happy Mother's Day to you too, dear.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, Jeanette, he is. I love him.
I found too, like his legs, I had to really like anchor his legs because he kept wanting to lean forward.
Oh, guess who we have that wants to come up? Lindsay. She's trying to connect her device.
Oh, the pattern. I got them on Instagram. And that's what it looks like. Zen, Z-A-N crochet is.
Welcome in, Lindsay.
Hello.
Look, everybody who's here to visit. Lindsay, welcome in.
Hi, Lindsay. Oh, no voice. Sorry, we can't hear you.
No sound, Lindsay.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome in.
Great.
I thought I was just going to be in the chat section watching. You always
surprise.
Can I just come in and be like, hey, I want to hang out and see you guys?
I was just telling earlier in the live, I had said I've been finishing up the final editing of the interview that's going to release in early June, and we'll do the premiere. Oops. There we go.
How's the weather down there?
Huh? And then I heard
how the weather is.
How's your weather in Maine?
Beautiful. Although new pollen out that started yesterday, and I spent 4 hours outside. But I was like, it's too nice. I can't not be outside. I love it here. So
pollen's
happy.
been heavy. It's been heavy up here too, Lindsay, because Lindsay's only about 3 hours from where I'm at, 3.5 hours. And our weather's pretty much in line, except when they got all that snow, we didn't get it.
Did you get the Northern Lights?
It was cloudy.
Northern Lights? Yeah, we saw them up here. Oh, they were gorgeous.
You could see them?
Yeah.
It was too cloudy here.
People got a bunch of pictures of them. They were gorgeous.
Yeah,
which is unusual
we
for us.
had too much clouds too.
Yeah, which is unusual to be able to see them that clearly. This time of year. They were very, very blessed to live where I live because we have the most awesome sunrises and sunsets.
Yes, Suzanne. I sometimes use scrap yarn also, but you have to only put it in the middle because if you put it on the outsides, then you're going to see all those different colors in your amigurumi. So I always just shove it in and then get the polyfill and get that on the outside. So you can just see, if you see inside, it's just the white.
And I've been looking at linen yarn. Probably going to get some and try it, Lindsay. Just decide what I'm going to do with it. Something that'll be a smaller shawlette or something. But I'm going to try some of that linen yarn down this summer. I'm sewing in ends. My least favorite thing to do.
And I'm still looking at that top of yours that I want to do. I have to read it over and over. I have to study that one.
Yeah.
I'm doing this easy. I'm doing a very easy one right now, just to get used to doing a top. It's like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's like 2 pieces, but once you get down to around here, it's in the round. So.
Yeah. And it looked like a drop shoulder, so you don't have any underarm shaping to do.
Exactly. Which is, I like that style because it's like just a square pretty much.
I haven't really given anything away that's in the interview. They'll have to come watch it with us. But I saw you had a post, Lindsay, with a pattern. Let me get the name of that pattern. It's in an ebook. That's what I'm gonna. I was on Instagram.
Downtown Burnsville?
Yes, that was it.
Yeah. Somebody, I had done an Instagram video for the tutorial, and someone said, "Can you please do it on YouTube?" So yeah, I'm trying to get into the process of when I do it for Instagram to do a little bit
Cross-post it.
longer one at the same time that I can then put on YouTube. But
Yeah, I
you
had
know,
a few people
it's
that said,
working the process. So once I get into a good methodology, it should happen more smoothly.
yeah, well, because I'll tell you, when it comes to tutorials, I'm more into YouTube because I can put it up on the big TV. Whereas on Instagram, it's hard to do the replay and be able to go through it, like stop it and go through it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, because you had that series in the early days of your channel of doing the stitch and focus, which I liked.
Yeah.
Because there's all kind of neat techniques that you do that are very helpful being able to go there. And I have a file I keep on it's private for knitting tutorials, and I just go right into there to get to them. I have to still look at tutorials. I forget to if I don't do something for a long time.
Oh yeah, like I have a whole bunch of them on Instagram.
You know, because later this year, watch the interview, I am going to this fall delving into brioche. And the pattern will be released this fall for me to begin my brioche journey.
Yeah, that's something that I'd be interested in also.
Well, I bought that ebook that she had, and I got Terran. And I love Terran when it come out. I mean, I love the colors you did it in. But I just love that shawl. So I want to, because I wear my shawls more like a shawlette. Like I wrap it. The only one I wear like a shawl is this one and the one underneath it, my FAIRHAVEN. Excuse me. But the Stitch and Focus series was a big help, and then she has a whole thing on brioche. And when you see the abbreviations for brioche, it's going to blow your mind because it's like 6 or 7 letters long.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it breaks down really easy because it's brioche knit, brioche pearl. So BRK is, so if you just drop the BR part and just realize that's for brioche, and then the rest is pretty standard techniques.
Oh yeah, it is. And the thing, but I know to a lot of people, I forget who I was maybe it was you, darling, too. I was talking to them about, you're not going to do this. You're going to behave yourself today, aren't you? Did you see what? There's Tigger. There's my buddy.
So cute, darling.
And
you did an adorable job.
He smells so
Thank
good.
you.
She did an awesome job. All my Emmys are beautiful from her. But I think it might have been Darlene I was talking to about, we were discussing patterns and like the way some designers write their cables. Like with Lindsay, I know Lindsay's pattern writing style. I know her, so I can understand it now. But I still have to, when I'm even doing solar flare, as long as I've been working on it, I have to refer back to my stitch glossary because I've got to refresh it in my mind, you know, because you just start going along. But once I begin to repeat, especially now at round 120,
Ooh,
there's almost 700 stitches on the needles.
Oh my gosh. Have a good day, Dragon.
Well, okay, Dragon. Thank you for coming in. Have a wonderful, blessed Mother's Day. Because I'm enjoying it, and I will tell you, and I transparency on this channel at all times. There are some mistakes in it, but I just fudged them and just kept going because there's so much going on, you really can't see it. I know it's a mistake, but somebody that doesn't know won't know. So I gave myself that little bit of leeway instead of having, because I've done it. I've gone and I've frogged back 9 repeats on, you know, I don't know, 70 stitches a repeat, 80 stitches a repeat, because I didn't like how it looked. My stitch count wasn't working out. Exactly, Demetra. It's not another person that's on the brioche thing. The thing is, though, exploring all these different, whether it's crochet or knit, you know, or Tunisian, exploring different techniques. I mean, my stitch tool, Obi, I'm telling you, I'm going to send it to your room. I'm going to
He's
send it to your room.
naughty.
It's because I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. I mean, I've expanded. Another stuff out is this K-pop? What's K-pop?
Can I put a link in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's just if you don't want a polyester fill, if you want something that's natural to stuff inside.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so instead of doing
Okay, hold on. I gotta go in and do something
polyfill,
here
okay.
for Lindsay. I gotta make her a moderator. Hold on. Oh, let's see. I gotta go into YouTube Studio. Hold on.
Is it around the same price as the polyfill or up a bit?
I'm just bear with me. I'm here.
But if you have an allergy, it's a great, like when I made my nephew his dog that I knit him. I'm allergic to polyester and he's 2, so it took a long time to find something to stuff it with. This is a really hidden gem, but I was like,
oh wow,
I know about this.
Yeah, I didn't know you could get something else.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
Lindsay.
I don't really know anybody that has a lot of allergic reactions for things, but yeah, for in the future.
Now I'll try posting the link, Lindsay, because now if you look by your name, you should have like a little blue wrench.
It's still grayed out. Anyhow, it's if you Google K-pop, or K-pop, I guess.
Okay, I'm over here. I'm all over the place. Do. And we need to go to settings. Go here again. Community.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the.
No. That's what it's. But that's all. What it's all about. That's what it's all about. Is sharing. Welcome in, Startala. Okay.
Oh, they're showing plants that it looks like it just comes out of a plant.
Yeah. I hope it helps, Janet. Thank you. Hi, Star.
Oh, okay. But yes, so Lindsay, what are you working on? Is it something we can see or something we can't see?
I have naked needles. My yarn is to arrive this week. The needle that broke in transit that I'll be using is to arrive this week. So
she's been going through mega
yarn withdrawal.
I would imagine.
I've been building a patio because I have been missing my knitting. This is not a good thing.
No, because she was you'll see in the interview what she was working on. I mean, we're talking she was really scraping for everything. But and the thing is, I couldn't just send her yarn because she has special needs for her yarn and stuff. So you can't send her stuff that I use. I use that god awful acrylic. For blankets is perfect. Baby blankets, cotton works nice.
So what kind can you use? Yarn wise.
I'm sorry, me?
Yeah.
Yep, that's you.
Organic cotton and linen and some bamboo and some silk, but a lot of it depends on what is also used in dyeing and processing. So yeah,
that's the big thing.
Have you ever dyed your own yarn?
I tried and it was not allergy compatible. I was too allergic to. I was like, well, I'll start with dandelions. They are plentiful in the yard, and then I was like, wow, if you want an allergy that's like this to go to like this, Try dying with it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Dandelions, like with
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
pollen in those.
Yeah.
A lot of pollen. A lot of pollen.
Yes, you touch
Lindsay,
one
what are
and
you
get it
wearing?
on
Is that
I
is
didn't
that
know it was going to be on camera. This is like what I was wearing during church, and it comes out in something this summer that we're not
okay?
talking about.
I won't. Nope, we can't talk about it. There's some things we can't talk about, and you'll see the interview. Like I said, in a couple weeks, it's going to be up. It's most of the
Unfortunately,
editing.
I didn't tie it very nicely today because I was running late. So it's just one of those.
Do you have your crochet? You working on your crochet at all?
Yeah, as soon as I get some scrap yarn again.
More scrap yarn. Yeah, Lindsay's delving into crochet, and she's doing actually a really good job. She's doing really well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still having a hard time with the counting.
I'll tell you, I find doing crochet as far as having to count your stitches is so much like your rows and stuff is so much easier than knitting. But again, we flip it. We've had this discussion, and I'm sure it's an ongoing discussion all across the crafting community. Knitting versus crochet. You know, diehard crocheters won't even try to knit, but there's crocheters that have actually crossed over and crossed to the dark side doing the knitting, and they're finding that they love it. But a lot of crocheters love the knitted fabric. So they've tried knitting, they can't knit, but they will learn Tunisian, which is a blend of knitting, knitting and crocheting, but you get a very beautiful fabric as you do in knitting. But it all depends on the fiber you're using, the stitch. The stitch is a big thing because they have stitches in crochet that literally try to mock knitting, you know, and like the Tunisian knit stitch in Tunisian, although it's Tunisian crochet, Tunisian is still a different technique as opposed to just plain, you know, crochet. Same as broomstick. Broomstick is gorgeous. I mean, you know, this is, I mean, like I said, this has been a work in progress because I'm still working on the second panel, but broomstick absolutely is a gorgeous, gorgeous stitch.
That is lovely. Wow.
They call it, I mean, it's also called the fisheye or peacock stitch. But it's very time consuming, and it can be mundane. You know, that's why I always have so many projects going, because I like to switch off from mindless to really having to focus, you know.
And I saw something recently. They've come out with some sort of brioche crochet. I don't know what the name of it is, but
oh, hold on, I
think I've seen something about that too.
Like, you know how I am about brioche. I'm like, oh, once I up my skills on the crochet hook, I can't wait to try this.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna share the screen here. Okay, go here. And I'm going to share what this looks like. This is crochet brioche. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, there you go. That is brioche crochet. If you look down here, you can see some more.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's pretty.
I can't wait to level up to that.
Oh, I'm sure, dear, that you will be able to do that. And all I do is I went to Google and I typed in brioche crochet, and it has a whole list of different tutorials. And I'm sure on YouTube there are brioche crochet tutorials.
Yeah, I've tried some. So far, my inability to count accurately has gotten me
which I find surprising, being such a prolific knitter, Lindsay, because a lot of your patterns are very stitch count important.
I know.
Very important.
But maybe I crochet left-handed. So maybe that's why I can't count while I crochet. I don't know.
When you're reading do you read patterns from crochet?
I'm still learning the language. I'm very
Well,
much a beginner. Yeah.
well, the thing is, Lindsay, with reading a crochet pattern, it is so much easier than knitting. But I will tell you, make sure when Mr. Yarndall, Dawn shows some of your stuff, and you do very well. When you are a left-hander and you are reading a pattern, you literally have to reverse the pattern if you're going to, because if you work from left-hander has to work left to right, whereas when you're crocheting, it's right to left. Just like doing a knitting pattern, there's your right side. If you have to turn, there's your wrong side. Same mosaic. I mean,
Okay, I
stop
hadn't
it.
put that together. Thank
You
you.
didn't know that?
Well, I had figured out about my circle goes the wrong way from what I read. I figured that part out, but haven't done a lot of flat crochet yet, so I will keep an eye about that.
You'll probably find, and see, you're as bad as I am. You started something new. What do? Oh, pick an advanced pattern. Why not? But
yeah.
But the thing is, and this is just my opinion. I'm no crochet guru, but from studying, reading, I'm a nerd. I read, I learn. One of the things that I did pick up on is that when a left-hander is crocheting and they're using a chart or even the pattern itself, they have to work backwards. The normal crochet is right to left, but a left-hander is going to work left to right because that's the way their brain works.
Oh,
okay. No worries, Lindsay. No worries. So that's something. Again, I did in the early days. I did do the flipped tutorial for left hand, but you know what? There's so many people out there doing the left-handed tutorials. I'll just leave mine as the right hand. I try very hard not to mimic, copy other people that are doing it because there's so many of us doing tutorials. I do mine my way. Mikey does his this way. This one does it that way. That one does it that way. You just find what works for you.
yeah.
There she is back. Camera dad's home.
I had forgotten to shut the door.
Oh, no worries.
Oh.
But that's I mean, that's a tip that might help you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
That if you're, which I find is so unusual, that you're crocheting left-handed.
Well, because that's where I have I'm a thrower, so I keep my yarn in the same finger as when I
know.
knit it. So it was
I
easier
know.
to keep the yarn the same than it was to change them.
Well,
That's what I do.
I knit continental. My knit stitches, I can knit continental. I've worked practicing the knitting backwards, which it's to me, it's very I'm not coordinated enough yet for it. But I did find that crochet I find crochet charts easier to read than knitting charts, but I still prefer the written word when I'm doing. I like to look at the chart, like especially in mosaic crochet. I like to look at the chart to see what I'm supposed to have it looking like. But I'm still, because I'm so slow at reading charts, it really slows me down. And 9 times out of 10, if it is a charted only pattern, I won't buy it. Because then I've got to sit there and I've got to write every line out. It's like,
Oh, like
So-
that their sweater that I have.
yeah.
I bought this beautiful sweater pattern from We Are Knitters. It's all charts. They didn't say that in the advertisement, but it's beautiful sweater. But I can't do it because I don't know.
Don't
I
say
used
you
to
can't.
do cross stitch, which is easy. It's the same stitch. You just have to go across in that. But I find this thing is.
Don't say you can't.
You'll get there,
Say-
darling.
Yep, you'll
Pardon?
get there. It takes time.
Yeah, it'll take some time.
It
It
just
took me
takes
a long
time.
time to learn charting because I'm a written person too.
Well, that's just it. And I mean, I know the industry, because I asked Lindsay, as a question I asked her a while back, and if she preferred charts or the written. She likes the written, but she does the charts because it's the industry standard,
Yeah.
charts and written. But charts is because I have to keep looking at my key I can't get all. But if I look at the written acronym
It's
for the stitch,
yeah.
A lot of times the way those are written, you can actually figure it out what you're doing. Like just SSK, which is a slip, slip, knit. You know that you got to slip a stitch, slip a stitch. I always have to check, is it knit-wise or purl-wise, yarn in front, yarn in back. Those are some of the little
Yeah.
idiosyncrasies, which is the same thing in crochet when you're doing color work. We talked about this a while back when I was showing the cat silhouette blanket, which has 5 colors, and you're changing quite frequently, as opposed to the cat's meow I'm doing now, which is only 2 colors, because I want the backside of it. The backside should be a reverse of what your front side is. But the one thing that I just like knitting color work, your floats, in crochet, it's being able to remember to put your yarn front to back, back to front when you're changing colors, which is the same thing. You change colors in crochet the same way as you change in knitting. You finish the stitch with a new color.
This is what the pattern looks like. It
Down a
looks
little
like
bit.
it wouldn't be too bad.
Down a little bit, Darlene. Pull it down so you can see top. There you go.
So,
Janet,
Darlene, have you tried taking the chart and like writing out what the written is on each row just to get the handle of it?
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do because
I've done that.
It's a great way to kind of get your brain thinking, oh, the 6 blocks, that's knit 6, or a cable, it just helps seeing the written beside it or below it. And then,
yeah, because it
Exactly.
would be nice too if I guess it was in color also.
mhm.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, what's SKPO? SKPO.
Slip knit, pass your slip stitch over top. SKPO, yes. Slip knit, pass your slip stitch over your knit stitch. That's SKPO. Then you can really get into SSSKPO. You slip 3 stitches one at a time. Actually, I'm teaching that. The blooming dishcloth has this. Welcome in, Bailey. Welcome in. Happy Mother's Day. The blooming dishcloth I did has a slip, slip, slip KPO, which is you slip 3 knitwise one at a time. Then you pass, then you knit 1, then you pass the 3 stitches that you slipped one at a time over your knit stitch. So it's like SSKPO. You get some wild acronyms in there. But if you break it down, if you know your basic abbreviations, SL is slip or just S. K is knit, P is purl, PO is pass over.
Right.
But
I've never seen this one before. CDD.
Central double decrease.
Central double decrease. Yep.
It's like Jeopardy.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Whether you're knitting or crocheting, Tunisian, whatever you're doing, you learn these abbreviations, and eventually they stick in your head. They do. And every once in a while you come across a new one. I had one that Lindsay had in, I don't remember what design I was doing on so many of them, but she had a tutorial on her channel because I had never seen this abbreviation before. And it was, Lindsay, if I can remember what it was. Stitch. I just remember I slip
Was
with
it
yarn.
the KFOF?
Yes.
Because I remember you commented on that one.
Yes. Yeah. And it was in one of her patterns, and she actually had a tutorial for it. But when I actually read when she was doing it, made sense, because I was able to say, oh yeah, yarn when it goes knit, the yarn one front. And there's one that you did too that was literally making a double increase in the same stitch, but it's no matter what you do, it's a learning process. I'm a mathematics, numbers are my thing. Statistics, I'm a nerd. Say it again, I'm a nerd. But there are some things in knitting and crocheting, and again, I've been messing around with drawing and for designing, combining lace with cables. And my big thing is the sizing.
Hmm.
I literally is with the sizing so that's something. But Lindsay gave me the name of somebody that has basically a course that you look at that teaches you how to do the mathematics, because the biggest thing in designing is inclusivity. You have some designers out there, I can't buy that pattern. It comes in small, medium, and large. And their large is not necessarily the standard large, because you've got an Asian large, you've got the US large.
UK.
Yeah, they're all different. And when I do a pattern, 9 times out of 10, I will automatically go to the extra large or 1X. Now, I have found that, like my elf coat, I did the extra large and it was way too big for me. So I ripped it out. Yes. People still
And
can't believe
then
I took it.
your priestess coat, what size was that? And the arms was
I did the large,
or
but I had to
increase the
take the whole
sleeves.
arm out, and I added the extra. I put it on and it felt okay. But then one of my sleeves was wider than the other one. So I was going to tear the one out, but I think what I'm going to do is put the other one back together and just add the extra rows to make it the same. That'll be easier than trying
Yeah.
to tear out
Yes.
all the stitches, because the yarn itself, Shawl and a Ball was a very fuzzy, very grippy yarn, and it hooks on itself. It's just like working with mohair.
Yes, and if you pull it too much, then it'll break.
I haven't had it break. It's very stubborn, but I have my very super mega sharp Italian scissors, tiny little scissors, and I keep a DPN and a seam ripper in my little kit as I'm tearing that coat out, which I still have quite a few of the panels to do, but I've got 90% of it ripped out.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't
take
remember
enough time on your schematics, reading the schematics before you pick a size?
Yes,
Okay.
and
It
it
doesn't always
depends.
help. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. Bailey, we're talking about knitting, crocheting terms, techniques. Lindsay is delving into crochet, and she said she heard about something called crochet brioche. So we found it, and I shared it on there, and it looks like knitting brioche. So not only am I going to be getting into knitting brioche this year, I'm going to attempt to do the crochet brioche too, to compare the two side by side. You know, and it's neat to do things between knitting and crocheting that compares the two different fiber arts.
So we can
Um,
challenge each other. While you're learning the knitting, I'll learn the
crochet,
crochet.
exactly.
I'll be
Yeah,
like,
and there's
Antoinette, you're
that.
so much faster than I.
No, I am slow. I am a slow knitter. I am a slow crocheter, but that's okay. I always enjoy the process. I really do. I enjoy the process.
There's this girl that I follow, Jackie. What is it? Crochet 8 HD, 80s HD.
Something like it. I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. And what she likes to try and do is take a knitted pattern that she really likes, and she tries to convert it into a crochet item.
Yes,
Oh,
there are some
neat.
people
That's what
that will
she likes to
actually
do
use
that.
stitch fiddle to do that, to
Oh, neat.
convert a knitting pattern to a crocheting, and vice versa, crocheting to knitting. You know,
Well,
Well, even Crystal Bag O'Day
yeah,
is doing the Mr. Rogers sweater.
knitted sweater in crochet. Yes.
Yeah, she's going to do it in crochet, just by looking at it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hope it was a good service, Bailey.
yeah,
A lot of
speaking
people are
of
just getting
it,
back from church.
I have to pop off and get my dad some post-church lunch. So
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming
happy
in,
Mother's
Lindsay.
Yeah, it was
Day,
actually nice talking with
and
you.
Happy
God
fur baby
bless.
mom to be.
Yeah,
She's a mom in waiting.
I'm a mom in
Oh,
waiting. So, well, not for a human child, for a fur baby, but
For a four-legged fur baby.
do we
All right.
know what kind?
Thank you, Lindsay, for coming in. Enjoyed it. See you later. Bye,
bye.
dear.
God bless.
Bye.
God bless you too, dear. Oh, that was a nice surprise seeing Lindsay
That
come in.
was.
I have to get
Actually,
some more
finally got to
coffee.
talk to her face to face. Well, as much face to face as this is.
Well, exactly. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee and see if my bread machine's done, so I can take it out and turn it upside down. And I'll be right back. In the meantime, Darlene will entertain you. Also, if anybody else wants to come up, the link is pinned in the comment section. and we can have some more people come up. So I'll be right back.
She'll be back. Please stand by. So yeah, that was a very lovely surprise that she came up on panel. But yeah, I noticed Mr. Yarndall, you were saying the different stitches in amigurumi. It should be mainly single crochets. Are you having ones that have a lot multiple than just single crochet? Pardon me. Got a little froggy in my throat. No, Steve. Thanks, though. Thanks for the offer. Kitties. Oh, goodness, sorry. You play the music, I'll do the dancing. Okay. Why do you call him Pokey Bear Steve? I am fun. What are you talking about? There. Little dance. So why is Steve Pokey Bear Steve?
Well, I'm going to go bring my raisin bread in and I'll show you.
You gonna show us your bread?
Okay. Welcome in, Steve. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go solo real quick. I just took it out of the bread machine. I can smell the raisins and the cinnamon. And you can see in the bottom where the paddle comes out. It's hot. Yeah, you see, I have, you can see the fur babies over here. All right, I'm going to go on solo. Hello, Steve.
Wow, that looks good.
So that, I can smell the cinnamon and the raisins. I'll be right back. I'm going to go running in there. Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing for you. Come on.
They're following that yummy smell.
That's not for you, little girl.
Oh, and you're kidding because it's like your name, Cats. Yeah.
It's the first one I made in the bread maker. It feels heavy, but it's raisin bread's a denser bread than like when I make the soft white or even
like
the
brown
sourdough.
bread.
Oh, okay, Steve. Well, then I'm gonna be making a next flip. I'm gonna do is cinnamon gooey bread. It's got like a caramel center, but it's a cinnamon center.
That'd be nice.
Yes, if anybody wants.
Wendy.
Yes, there are people that are allergic to cinnamon.
Oh, poor people.
And here we go. Hold on a second.
The only thing I don't really care for is dill pickles and, well, mushrooms. I don't do mushrooms. But my daughter, she says that she doesn't like onions. So one of her boyfriends, she tried to tell the mother that she was allergic to onions. But she's not allergic, she just doesn't like them. But I imagine there are people that are allergic to onions also. Do we have somebody else that would like to come up?
That's what I am. I'm going over here to pin this again. Oh, let's do it. Okay. Gotta do the live chat. Here. Okay. Here. Replace pin message. There we go. And there's a pin message for you.
Yeah, I love cinnamon too.
So if everyone's but well, there's a lot of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I make cinnamon butter to have on my toast. I like which is also good for your blood sugar. It helps naturally lower your blood sugar.
Does it?
Yes.
See, I have my coffee in the mornings with a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Yeah. I can make bagels apparently in my bread machine. I just haven't looked up the recipe yet. I make sometimes in the morning I'll make coffee. I will just put the coffee in and then I put some cinnamon and then I sprinkle a little like a teaspoon of vanilla in there and it makes cinnamon vanilla coffee.
See, I just have that there creamer.
I don't use any creamer.
French vanilla creamer.
You see, half a teaspoon of sugar.
Yeah, I use 1 pouch
And
of
don't give me the stevia or truvia. Ooh, leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Stevia is natural.
It still has a funny taste to it. It leaves a really foul taste in my mouth. Yeah, well, again, we have everything in nature that we need for being healthy.
See,
right
I have a hard time with the honey thing because I just think about what it is. It's bee throw up. So.
Yeah, but it's no different than getting maple syrup out of a tree. It's the tree taking a tinkle.
Okay, I never thought of it having a tinkle.
Turn the faucet on.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean,
And
there's
maple syrup is yummy.
There are so many natural things that occur in nature that they literally take extracts from to make all of this man-made medicine, whether it's a supplement or actual medication. There's just so much in nature.
Well, yeah, like Dean this morning before we went for groceries. He was watching a thing about where is it in the Philippines. There are these people that live in the mountains, and whenever they go down to the city, I guess people make fun of them and all this stuff because they don't have anything. but they near the end, it was showing that the elder was showing a younger guy how to get medicines and that in nature. Like he's saying that there are these certain leaves that if you rub them between your hands, the stuff that comes out of them will help you. There's these sticks that if you strip the bark off and boil the stalk, that you breathe in the steam from it boiling and it helps your lungs.
Yeah, natural cleansing.
Yeah,
that's what this whole the whole holistic homeopathic came from. But make sure it's somebody that's knowledgeable. Don't go to anybody. You know.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to
because
just
there's
anybody.
crackpots out there everywhere.
Yes, there is. A lot of crackpots.
Well, I saw a thing that a woman who was performing dentistry in her house, who has no license.
That's scary.
That is scary.
But if you go back to 100 years ago, babies were born at home. And they're going back more to that. I mean, when they had a death in
they
their
had
house.
midwives.
Yep. And then they had the wakes were held right in the house with a person right in their coffin.
Yeah.
You know. But what it's done is it's sparked a lot of industries with greedy people.
Oh, definitely.
So everybody having a good day today? Everybody that went to church, I hope you had a wonderful service. You come out with your spirits uplifted and food for your soul and
Definitely.
feeling the Holy Spirit and feeling good for the day.
And that
Did Miss
if your mom is still with you, that you showed her some love.
Yep. I miss my mom every Mother's Day for 50 plus years. I always called her and I sang the mother song for her, M is for the many things she gave me. And I would sing that to Mom every Mother's Day.
I did not know there was a song.
Yep. M is for the many things she gave me. O means that she's only growing old. E is for the tears she shed to save me. H is for her heart as pure as gold. E is for I forget E sometimes. R means right, and right she'll always be. Put them all together, they spell mother. A word that means the world to me.
That's
Sorry,
beautiful.
not my singing voice. Oh, because you were a mom. Yes, I remember those days going into church and Mother's Day and Easter. They would have flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
I haven't had a chance. I was starting to catch up. I got to watch Bailey's Saturday night. She always has her lives Wednesday and Saturday when I play poker. I catch the replay. Okay, one more of the little 4 round squares, and then I got some. I don't know how many of these. Okay, that needs end sewed in. That needs end sewed
Some of
in.
them looks like they're pinwheels.
It's the way the ombre
you
worked.
worked out.
Yeah, the ombre worked. That one needs sewed in. That one needs sewed in. That one's done. That one's done. These aren't blocked or anything. I doubt I'll block the big ones. Okay, so I have a few of these, but there's not as many ends as the little ones because they're all one color.
What color are you going to sew them together with?
Black. Because I thought because the strap that I'm using for it is black.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or like this cinnamon color, beige. Just trying to match there best I can. Bailey, I was at Michael's and I actually got to feel that Hughes yarn that I sent you. Oh, that stuff is so soft. I didn't buy any. I was a good girl. I looked at it, but I didn't buy any.
Yeah, that yarn that Debbie gave you is beautiful.
It is. It's the colors. So I actually have some more bougie yarn over there that I'm going to put with it. It'll match. Or you pick a heck of a time to do that kind of a blanket, Bailey. I mean, it's starting to warm up. Although I have a sweater on. It's 11 degrees here. Sun is shining. It's a gorgeous, beautiful day.
Oh, it's not 9 in Halifax.
Yeah, it's 11 here.
It's 10 here. Which is funny. Yeah, it's always warmer here than in Halifax. Even though it's like a half-hour drive.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions now, I actually have to make a note. Where's my tablet? Here it is. Here's my tablet. Oh, I have to make a note in here. Because Janet asked me about it. I don't know how to do it, but I'll learn.
What's that?
Here somewhere. Crochet brioche.
Oh, yeah.
Crochet brioche.
Yeah, I think I saw something on it on IG.
Yeah. I have that knitting tutorial coming out tomorrow. Well, I'll tell you, Bailey, sometimes when you buy yarn, you only buy a couple skeins or even 4, but you want to do a project. I blend my yarns. I blend fibers, I blend sizes, and I blend brands of yarn. I just work it, see what will work what will work well together. In my eyes, anyways, my opinion. Because you guys have seen some of my crochet. I do mix yarns. Oh my gosh, the puppy hairs on black. This black has been, I've had to turn my side light on in the living room there. It is it kills my eyes.
Well, yeah, because you can't see anything.
Yep.
That's
Don't
like
work with
doing like Tigger stripes. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
couldn't do them at nighttime.
There. All my scraps that I'll save for Amy. All the little ones are done. I just thought the colors looked good together.
Well, black
Black
looks
looks
good
good.
with pretty much anything.
I'll tell you what I found, Bailey, when I'm working with the different weights. I did find that I don't even look at the. I don't know if you're a swatcher. I swatch. I don't go by the recommended hook size. What I do is I work with different hook sizes. I'll go one up or one down, and I work with the yarns and just work up a swatch. If it's a special stitch, I'll work the special stitch up in a 4x4 square and with the different needle hooks to see what works best. I mean, I did that. Yeah. I did that, the mosaic, Courtney sent me, and the, boho blanket, and I did it in a bulky 5 and a 4, and it actually worked out really good. Blankets, I don't worry about gauge, but it worked out. And again, I find it first thing in the morning or if it's late in the evening, my tension changes, whether I'm knitting or crocheting or Tunisian or whatever. Also the size of yarn I'm using. I seem to get tighter, whether it's crochet or knit, with the finer yarns, which I have found that I like to work with. I mean, I'm working with thread. So, you know, it's kind of like a work in progress, a learning curve when you're doing stuff. Even if you've people have been crocheting for 50 years. I mean, I learned 35 years ago, but I was longer than 35. I was 10 when I learned, so 50 some years ago. Ooh, I'm old. I'm old.
Yeah, where I find my tension is weak is doing ribbing.
Oh, really? In knitting or crocheting or both?
In knitting. I haven't done ribbing in crochet in a long time.
In ribbing, is it too tight or too loose?
Here, just a sec. Let me put these things on here. I like my little aliens. I use my aliens a lot.
I have those too.
No, it's in the it's not as smooth.
Well, it's not
Like
going
my
to be.
tension here seems to be pretty good, but I find that these can get wonky.
Go down a half or a whole needle size.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sweater that I knit Dean, and
Bailey, is
even
it
though
Pookie
I
Bear
was
or Pookie Bear? Because this is Pookie Bear.
yeah, Pokey Bear. Yeah, and this they didn't say to go down for the ribbing because it's supposed to be pretty well because the construction.
Here we go. Oh, he's Pokey Bear. Oh, okay. I don't even want to know. TMI. TMI. No. So anybody have plans for what they're doing this summer? Do they have anybody like I know I'm looking at some ideas for the channel, you know, for some fun things to do this summer. Like doing a maker of the month. What is Maker of the Month, you ask? Maker of the Month is we vote on one of the creators, the designs. And for that month, you do one of their patterns. And then we have a slideshow at the end of the month. That's something I'm looking at.
Yeah, and then you have to think crochet or
Well, it could be knit or crochet.
Or Tunisian.
Or Tunisian. Yeah, because we have some. She's a youngster. Well, Bailey and I are pretty much close to the same age. So, and I'm not a youngster. Old girl. Old girl. What I would do, darling, I would pick Maker of the Month. If we have one that does both, or just pick one knit, one crochet for people that aren't bi-stitchable.
Right.
You know. Or maybe, 1 month knit and crochet, the following month crochet and Tunisian crochet, the following month, somebody that one of the creators that's bi-stitchable and does both mosaic.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That'd be a fun way to go through the summer and do that. That's. I try to think of things like that. Like I said, I don't want to copycat. Exactly, Steve. Exactly. I don't want to copycat anybody else or mimic anybody else or steal anybody else's thunder or something they've been doing for a long time. But it's kind of hard now because there's so many creators. I'm still doing my interview series with designers, but it's only like 3 or 4 times a year. And then I have like Lisa had done the Meet the Maker of the Month, and Debbie's going to do one with me, but we're going to do that recorded. Lisa was the only one crazy enough to do it live. We all know Lisa, because she likes the idea of it right off the cuff. It's more spontaneous, more natural doing it that way. Oh, I just got a few more. I got getting stuff done, pulling dog hair out. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks, and then all my blocks that are done will all be sewed in. Well, that's just it, Steve. I've had people come to me and say, "Can you do a tutorial?" Or even email me this. They're not even subscribed to the channel. They just happen to come across me, and they will email me and say, "Hey, I'm working on this. Could you help me with this, or could you do a tutorial on it?" And if I'm able to, I accommodate them. I do, and I tell everybody right from the beginning, or right off the bat, my tutorials are not big edited productions. It's pretty much as if you and I were sitting at the kitchen table having a cuppa and chatting, and I was teaching you how to do something, whether it was knit or crochet. I've done a few Tunisian, and I did a few broomstick, but it's what's most watched on my channel is the tutorials. My number one video.
Because you're an excellent teacher.
I wouldn't say that. It's just I talk to you like I don't want to get too technical.
You're not a robot.
But do you go from there first? Wait a minute. Okay. I go backward. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, but do you go from there first? Steve, I'm lost. Do I go? Are you talking to me or to Bailey? But and I try, if I make a mistake, particularly in knitting, excuse me, I try to leave that in because it's a way for you to learn. If you make this mistake, you can do this, and this is how you can fix it. And there have been times I say right off the bat, I say, hey, this is a new stitch to me, so we're going to learn it together. And we do. I teach in English. My videos aren't subtitled or anything like that. I like I said, I don't. Hairpin and tambour is here. I don't know what tambour is. I know what hairpin is, but I don't know what tambour is. Is that a type of tatting or lace work, Steve? But that's and I find, again, it's a lot of work filming a tutorial, even the elementary ones that I do, but it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I decided to do those 6 dishcloths, teaching you'll learn like a new 1 or 2 stitches or technique doing them.
Hmm.
And in the end, you have 6 dishcloths that you can give for gifts, or you can have for yourself. Um, and then from there, we're going to start getting Tambour's Christine. Oh, okay. I never knew that. See, learn something new. Learn something new. Then I want to get into we're going to start addressing some of I showed the 750 knitting stitch book, going to each one of the sections and starting out simple, and then we'll progressively get harder. Like, it won't, oh, Obi, I'm going to smack you into next week. I know. I got to quit talking with my hands. I know. I talk with my hands too much. I can't help it. I'm Italian. And then, progressing up like a simple, the number one video on my channel is a very simple, basic lace that I did for Darlene when she was learning, getting into knitting and doing the Fundy Bay shawl, which was just knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together. It's a basic eyelet lace, one of the simplest lace stitches that you can do in knitting, and then progressively getting into more difficult laces, techniques. I have showed some of the ones from Lindsay's patterns as I'm doing, not the pattern, but just the stitch or the technique.
Yeah.
And all it is just to, here's a tutorial. This is the technique, and I try to do my best teaching. And I put what we're doing on the text. I did get into doing that a few years ago, which seems to help people. They can pause the video, and they can write down what I have going across there, so they know this is your repeat for however many stitches.
Well, yeah, because you're following a pattern that we don't have.
Right. Or it's coming out of a book that, oh, headache. My clips give me a headache. Like the big, because you can't see them, but over back here I have a bookshelf, little bookshelf, and it's got the whole top shelf is all my knitting, crochet, Tunisian, designing books is all up there. And I've got like 3 crochet stitch books. I mean, just plain stitches. Then I've got the squares. I got 2 square books, so, and I try to reference them now and then. When I was, my design book that I have that's got a few designs I messed around with and stuff, they're in there. I go to them for a stitch, and I'll take one stitch and I'll build a whole design around it, or try to combine this lace stitch with this cable stitch, or this, this texture stitch with this stitch. And I just mess around.
Mm.
I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But
Yeah.
that's what, that's why I try to do them. And I do get a lot of requests for and I'm trying to get more consistent, especially since I'm semi-retired, at least 1 tutorial a week. I can't do a tutorial every day because, believe it or not, even semi-retired, I'm busy every day with stuff going on around the house and that. And end of the month, I'll be back in St. John. I just got a message from my daughter-in-law, excuse me.
Yeah, so like one, like you were talking about, you love doing cables. That's one that you could do, like show different kinds of cables.
Yep. Because I got
Like
into, I did some basic stitch tutorials. They're there. Casting on.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Well, Bailey, no. There's a lot of times they could say a whole lot less. They could make it a lot clearer with using less words. You get too much verbiage in there, and you get lost in all the extra these, does, ands, to, from. That's why when I try to explain a stitch or something, I try to take whatever the stitch is and paraphrase it into something that I think will translate easier than this whole big long paragraph that they have. You know? That's what I find anyhow. I mean, if this was my full-time job, it'd be a different thing. I'd be doing a lot more tutorial stuff, but it's not my full-time job. But I'm working at things. I'm working at it. Working at it. Like somebody said to me, if I did more videos and all that, my channel will blow up. And this person has a lot of subscribers. And she's right. But she has the same thing. She goes, I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to quit enjoying something, quit enjoying doing this, you know, to where it becomes to where I don't like it. You know, it actually becomes a job. I like enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get, and I still actually have a decent amount of videos out for being on 5 years. I've averaged 100 videos a year, roughly. And that's 2 videos a week. I mean, there's sometimes I put out 5 or 6 videos in 1 2-week period, and then I might go 10 days. Happy Mother's Day, Miss Dawn. Your better half was in here earlier. Again, if you just come in and I haven't seen you, it's not that I try to keep up on the chat, and I was trying to finish 3 more blocks to weave these ends in and finish up this stack of granny squares. But, okay, I don't think I missed anybody. Okay, cool. Again, exactly, Bailey. Exactly. You know, but I do try to up my game. I mean, I invested in better equipment, like video equipment and stuff like that, and audio equipment. My tutorials. Uh, oh, excuse me, my daughter-in-law has been messaging me. Sorry about this. It's just my daughter-in-law. They're all down in the States. I don't get to see my kids or my grandkids today.
Sorry, I have to get going.
Okay, dear.
Dean's mom fell, so we have to go get her.
Oh, geez. I hope everything's all right.
Well, yeah, she said she fell in the kitchen, but she got her away. She doesn't know how long it took her to get to the phone.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, just let me know. Just let me know how things are.
Yeah. I hope you all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Love you.
Love you, sis. Bye-bye. Yeah, I figure I'm going to do another half hour. That'll give us a 3-hour live. I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going to go put another loaf, put another loaf of bread into the bread machine. But no, no, I got that one already. But that's what, well, I love sharing. I love the community, you know, sense of family. My family's all down in the States. I mean, I have family up here, my in-laws and that, but I'm talking about my kids, my grandbabies. So I've been there's actually a few new channels that I've been watching, and I need to do a shout out. Maybe tonight I could do that, make a list of some new channels, or new to me channels that I subscribe to and I'd like to share, you know, help them. I like to help the other content creators, give them a shout out and help them, you know, get their community tab and try to get everybody monetized. And I mean, just even if, and when I say monetized, you know, I'm talking about, for me, it's just about the shipping, and because I do less giveaways now because of the shipping. And they raised it again. I'm like, seriously? Send a regular letter, just a letter in Canada. It's $1.32. Is that crazy or what? Yes, I'm having to spank Obi again. I'm having to spank him again. No, this is the one that Darlene made this for me for my birthday. That's Tigger. She made that for me for my birthday. So I put him here because I can smell the lavender. It smells really nice. Well, Bailey, you live in Canada too, so yeah. I mean, I know the States, their shipping has gotten crazy in the States too, where it used to be a good bargain. Even the big box stores down in the States, I've heard a lot of creators saying that they're not having as good a deals as they used to. I mean, they get better deals than we do a lot of times. But that everything's just gotten so crazy, you know? And even down in the States, they're not having the big sales. It's been a while since I saw a 50% off coupon for Michael's. And they had a special in-store only. When you walked in, they gave you a coupon. It was for in-store only. What it is too, they're going to self-serve checkout. And that's where I bought that Swift at. It was like $19, which is pretty good price for Swift. Thank you, Bailey. Yeah, he is. He really is. She is so good at amigurumi. I mean, she's the one that enabled me to get into the amigurumi. Last one. Started me down the amigurumi rabbit hole. That's when I got into making, I bought the Mythical Creatures book, and I've made a couple of the Krakens. And no, did I start with the simple little ones? No, right to the Kraken. Now I'm doing a dragon. And I've done Falcor, and I've done some little ones like octos and stuff for kids around the neighborhood and stuff, babies. But I got all my supplies and stuff to do it with. I got my wire and Miss Dawn, I saw that your shawl that you had, the heart shawl. That was very, very pretty. I loved your colors that you used. It was very beautiful. I love everybody's work. Look, a lot of times I'm watching. I always go in and I at least leave my DNA, my thummies, and sometimes I might just put a heart or a happy face. That's why I only do it for so long, Bailey. I only do it for so long, and then I'll switch over to something else to give my hands a break. But I do find if I stop and stretch my hands when I'm doing like this, even my arms, when I'm doing amigurumi, it does help. And I have my compression gloves that I wear too, working with them little hooks. 4 millimeters usually what I work with. Let me see. Okay. But again, at the bottom of there, I'm thanking all my Allen Yarnies. Thank you very much. They're the members of my channel. I don't have them on YouTube. Mine are on Ko-fi. And they help with the shipping for giveaways and also for my StreamYard that I pay for, because I do the paid for. I do a subscription to StreamYard because I can do a little bit more. Bailey, it's just something about us getting older, unfortunately. It stinks. It really stinks. But all part of life. All part of the life process. Bigger and better things waiting. All right, last weave-in. Woohoo! And I'm done. Sitting here talking to you guys. I got all this done. I can't work on like my shaw and stuff like amigurumi when I'm doing this because I need to pay attention to stitches and directions and patterns and all that good stuff. But yeah, I will have to go into Hobie. Hopefully they're on sale. I've got to order 6 more little, because they only come in little 50-gram balls of the Hobie print 8/4 cotton print for the solar flare, because I'm not going to have enough to finish it. I'm on round 120. I still have 11 rounds to go, and I'll pretty much finish out probably my Cotton Kings ball cake, and then I'm going to switch into the 8/4 if I don't have enough. And then of course the individual flames are done in that. So that's why I want to make sure I have enough. So I'm going to go ahead and order enough. And so I have it on hand because it takes time to get here. I mean, I'm good. I have 8 skeins of it, but solar flare is a big shawl. Anybody else in here do amigurumi? And look at that, we're all finished. Look at all this. Look, oh look, we're doing so good. The fun part comes. The fun part comes when I figure out how I want to put this purse together. You saw my zipper, and I showed the Bailey. Believe it or not, I just went crazy making granny squares. What I am doing, I went ahead and started making these. Is I'm going to make a bag. And that's what I have to work on. How I'm going to put it together. I've got 10 of these, and it won't take. I'm not going to be using 10. I may do 2 bags out of it, but I'm looking at like 2 wide, almost like a messenger bag, doing 2 wide, but going down the sides, having it this way. So it'll be a box bottom, and then lining the bag and putting a zipper on the top. That's what I'm looking to do with it. So again, this is TV crochet that I can just sit there and work at, or if I'm sitting here watching, some catching up on videos. I started messing around with the black, and then messing around with combining the 2 colors. Just did the center, and I did the center here, and then I did a couple of the 4-inch corners. I've got to watch a video on how to do a granny square triangle. That's what I need. I need to do one. But that's I'm looking because I've got a whole bunch of a bin full of squares. This I did the year before last. I just sat there one day and I was working on the ferry, and I grabbed a couple skeins, take it with me to work on the ferry, and I'd sit there and I would crochet them up while I was working my shift. It was mindless, and I thought I'll figure out something to do with it. Welcome in, Lorraine. Happy Mother's Day, dear. Happy Mother's Day. Some of the people in the chat here, I know you were winners in the birthday bash, and all packages except for Canada and the US have been sent out. I've just got one for the UK, one for the UK, 2 for the UK, and 1 for India. So let me know if you get your packages. I appreciate you so, because a lot of them I can't send tracking. Unfortunately, I can't. It doubles the cost. It's crazy. But I usually try, if I can use small packet international air, 6 to 12 days you get it. International surface, different story. It can be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So, and I even have a bottom that I was going to try to. I've got some of the bottoms that you can crochet into. And I want to try to work with those too. And these are for gifts, prizes. There's some local shops here that like crocheters and knitters. They put it in the shop here. So handcrafted. I don't think my stuff is of enough quality to put into a shop, other than if it's one of my scrunchies or something, or a headband. Excuse me. Freaking pollen is terrible today. My eyes have just been burning. Itchy. Itchy eyes. So, let me see here. Okay, anybody in here? Okay, where's my mods at? If you want to drop your channel link, because I don't have Nightbot set up in here yet. How to drop channel links? I have to still do that yet. I'll have to get with somebody to help me do that. If you want to put your channel link in here, one of my mods can put it, or I can put it into. Feel free. I encourage that, because look, we're subscribed to a lot of people. Okay, you can't watch everybody every day, or we would not be getting anything done. Not even crafting. But I try to show, throw some yarn in their window, and I'll go through and I'll say, okay, I make a watch list, and okay, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and I'm gonna watch them this afternoon. So I try to show the love, but I do go around with videos, and I do at least do a thumbs up and leave some DNA to help people out. Yes, my earrings. You guys don't normally see me with these kind of earrings on, but these were a gift. Bailey, I don't even know how to do it. So I just asked if you want to put it in. I will grab your link and put it into the chat, and people can go subscribe, check you out, see if you subscribe. And that's what I tell people. All the different crafting channels we have. Some people, it may not be their cup of tea, but this other person's their cup of tea, and that's okay too. Diversity is part of what makes the world a wonderful place. So, and I try to help people that are close to a goal get there. So again, I need to start doing a weekly shout out video. And I shout out channels that I've watched. I'm subscribed to. I suggest some new channels I find. I have found I did a couple videos on the men of YouTube, and I'm gonna reach out to some of the male knitters and crocheters that I watch, and I'm going to see if I can get some of them to come on and have a men of YouTube panel on a live, and ask them. Just I have questions and stuff like that. So, and some of them are pretty big channels, so I don't know if they'll come, but I watch them and I so appreciate them. I just started watching this new one. Okay, Fabio, Crochet with Fabio. He's Italian, but he's very unique in his approach to he crochet sweaters, but his crochet sweaters are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot believe they're crochet. And one of the ladies said too, yeah, he's not too bad to look at either. Well, no, but he's different, right? And he's different. But I watch a lot of videos that I do watch for literally techniques and stuff like that, and to see what some new ideas that are coming in. I watch, Les Garçons. I watch Chip and Aaron at the Fiber Hustle. I watch Needles at the Ready. There's a lot of different guys that I watch that are beautiful, beautiful crafters, and they're fun to watch because they're funny. But even then, I found some new channel by that are Canadian, and I try to again support my country, support local, but other ones from other different parts of Canada and the world. Like I said, I've got almost 400 people on my Chip and Aaron. It's called Fiber Hustle, and let me tell you, you'll pee your pants watching them. They get into some shenanigans and funny. They get into some shenanigans. The two of them, I've gone to I go to their bingo at least once a year. I play bingo with them, and they are absolutely so much fun to watch. And Chip is a phenomenal. I mean, this guy is. Oh, his quilts are gorgeous. He's a quilter. And then Aaron knits and crochets, and actually now dyes yarn. They have it in their shop. They have a thing there. So I'm telling you, Bailey, they're funny. Oh my gosh! At Halloween time, they have a bingo, and I've played pretty much every last 3 or 4 years. I've played every bingo where you dress up, and it's on Zoom. It's private. It's not public. It's private. Oh my gosh, good time. Well, Chip and Aaron dress up, and they one of the characters is the original Mrs. Werther, and what was the other one? I can't remember the but anyways, they dress up, and I'm telling you, laugh. There's my and again, their craft skills are they do have craft. They don't put I think they come out they're not dead set on their schedule, but I have my I click my all on the bell there for when they do upload a video. And they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. Arnie and Carlos is another ones that I watch because I enjoy their knitting. I actually have a project. You can't see it. It's right there. That's my advent balls, my colorwork advent balls that I'm working on. I take my whole thing out there into that yarn stand. I take it out to the living room when I'm working on it. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy. Got bit by something. What was that itch? Got bit by something. But yeah, so that's some of the ideas I want to have. Excuse me. Dry throat because I'm yammering too much. You had a big mouth. Big mouth. Just tapped. Mom used to call me a chatterbox. But then there's other times I can sit there and be quiet and not say a word. When I play poker most of the time, I just sit there. They said they can't figure me out. When I was driving transport, I was by myself all the time. I mean, by myself. So being quiet and not talking doesn't bother me, but I can be a chatterbox. So, upcoming. Tomorrow, the golden coin dishcloth tutorial drops. The interview with Lindsay will be coming out in the early June. That will come out as a premiere. And that way you can Lindsay will be in the chat and she'll be able to answer your questions in the chat. I encourage you before June to go check out Lindsay. I have it in multiple videos, and it'll be put into here after it goes to replay. Go check her Instagram, her blog, her Ravelry store, and her Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, if you live in the States, you can get the cards that she makes. They're beautiful. They've got Bible verses and the photography that she's done over the years. And camera mom and dad, when they take pictures, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Barnabas notes. And we talk about that in the interview. But go check her out. Welcome in, Susanna. Welcome in. Happy Mother's Day. But I try to encourage. I won't recommend a channel that I find offensive or anything like that. I will say that. But I watch all different kinds of makers, content creators. 99% of my channels are all knitting and crocheting channels. I have a couple of technical channels in there for like StreamYard, Think Media Podcast, but stuff that still helps me with my craft. Still helps me with my craft. Yeah, Janet. Like I said, there's so many different, and there's new ones coming every day, and there's plenty of room in the YouTube space for everybody. I don't do a lot of lives because there's so many people, and it's hard now to have a scheduled live because there's so many people that have been having their scheduled lives for years. Obi, seriously, seriously, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So when I do my lives, 9 times out of 10, they're on the weekend. And usually the most that I come on for, well, today we're going to hit 3 hours, but it's Mother's Day. It's special. I try to keep my lives now to under 2 hours because we used to get into lives that were 4 and 5 hours long. Wow. I'm consistent on the people that come in to the lives. It's pretty consistent. The same, people that come in. I get new people now and then that are Fiber Family members, but they pop into a live. But that's okay. Now that I've got more time where I'm quote, and I'm saying this loosely, at home. I'm trying to do more for the channel. But I try to put up content when I have something to say. I just don't want to put me sitting there knitting and crocheting, and talking stuff. If I have something to show you, whether it's a pattern or talk about a technique or talk about this is what I'm working on, this is what I've done, this is what you can look forward to, things like that. The weather's getting nice, and I am going to say there are going to be more. Yes, Bailey. Yes, we did. There are going to be more, and they might just be an ASMR video. I can't say ASMR, but a video showing going back around Deer Island, showing you some of the new places that have opened up, and maybe if I get permission to go in and show the studio or the store or something like that, with music in the background if I'm not talking. When I go later on this summer, I told you that I'll be flying out to Ottawa to spend a few days with Debbie, Canadian card, and we may very well take a trip, but it's like a 4 or 5 hours west of her, going to see to Listowel and that to go to Mary Maxim, Spinrite, Aberdeen's wool, yarn stores. So that's some of the things we're going to look forward to doing. I'm planning on taking a long weekend to go up and see little sis there in Nova Scotia. So I'm trying to do some things like that where, especially since I've got the new camcorder and I've got the new camera and I've got, the ability to make better quality video when I'm doing something like that. I look at some of my old videos and I cringe. I cringe. My old lives before I got Starlink. Oh my gosh, I cringe. It's so pixelated and in and out. I don't know how anybody even watched those, but they're there. They're up there. They're out in the YouTube world, and that's where they'll stay. Look, we only have one place to go, and that's up, right? But I never did use my phones for lives. I was never into using my phones live. Awesome, awesome, Bailey. Hey, I would love to do a Canadian meetup with some of the podcasters up here. If we could find a centralized location, I've got people from Newfoundland, Labrador, Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick, all the way to the West Coast. Somewhere have a centralized, like a weekend meetup. I think would be phenomenal, and have a big, a video where everybody could share it on their channel, stuff like that. Hey, Canadian Makers Unite or something like that, or a Canadian Maker meetup, because we are such a vast country. Canada's a big country, and we have the longest land border than any other country in the world. One of these days, I get back to the U.S., I can go to some of my old stomping grounds in the U.S. to share with you. But I'm a Canadian citizen also. Yes, Suzanne lives in Ontario, in Ottawa, and there's quite a few people. Debbie's there. Louise Patterson from the Wildflower Wool podcast. They also do Fibers and Friends on Saturdays. There's another one that I'm just gonna blow my candle out here. Oh, it smells so nice. It's Seaside Mist. Like I said, it smells like clothes hanging out in the line. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun to do. Hey, Demetra. I don't know what this is underneath my neck. But so that's like something. And again, I always ask anybody, what's something you want to see, like to do, talk about, chat about in the podcast. Um, I mean, there's stuff I've had to go and research. Naughty Naughties in Pembroke. That's somebody new. That's new to me because I've never heard of them. I'll have to check them out. Again, upcoming on the list is the tutorial and demonstration with this. My Prim knitting machine, which is now the only knitting machine. Oh, I did one on my iCord machines. I did those, comparing them. But I have the Prim. I haven't used it yet. I'm waiting to, trying to get through some of these on my list of videos that I have planned to make. I'm trying to work my way through them. I don't even know where I put it. Oh, it's up there. It's the Prim MIDI. It's 22 pin, I think. 22 or 24 pin. And actually, thank you, Susanna. Darlene made that for me for my birthday. So that's my Tiger. That's my Tiger. It stays in here so the dogs will see. The dogs don't get to it. But let's put my crochet hook over here. Do you guys ever find that you put your crochet hooks down and you misplace them? Especially my clovers. That's the one I use the most is my Clover Amours. But I do have my Prims that I use and some of my Omi hooks. And I have my Nelson Wood hook I use. Just depends on what I'm doing. I'm just so yeah, so maybe that's something we can discuss. Having a Canadian content creator or a Canadian maker meetup or something like that. That's something we could do. All right, Janet. Same to you, my dear, and you have a wonderful day. And enjoy your supper. Happy Mother's Day to you too. I'm gonna be wrapping it up here in another 10 minutes. So that'll be 3 hours. Sure, it's enough that you guys look at this. I put a close up on Tigger. I hope you guys enjoyed what we talked about. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Again, always, if you have anything you'd like me to look at or yes, Bailey, exactly. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to look at, again, I have in queue review slash tutorial on the Cordsmith, the original Cordsmith, considering I gave some away for prizes, and actually a couple more days, and the replay prizes are going to be picked. So if you haven't been, go check the video out from the birthday bash and the replay. Just saying, there's some nice prizes. Gonna do the MIDI knitting machine. I've done reviews on my Wool Genie. I've done ones on ball winders and Swifts, uh, hooks, needles. I've done a lot of reviews, comparisons. Like I just did a comparison on. What did I do? I just did a comparison on. Shows you how my memory is. I just had it up. I just did a comparison on something. I don't know if they were hooks or what, but I did a slash comparison slash review. Trying to think. So I mean, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, dear. The Tunisian hooks, the AliExpress slash Quiznet, and my Denise interchangeables. I'm glad to know. I'll tell you, I love my Denise. Don't get me wrong. I love my Denises. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lorraine. Lisa from Ladybird Loves helped me design that. We're working on a logo for the channel. A couple people are working on it. We're trying to find me my logo. Getting big time. Oh, but the Denise ones are great hooks, and the biggest drawback to my Denises is the length of the Tunisian hook. But they are high quality, woman-owned company. They donate to breast cancer research. They're lightweight. The cords, they get more limber and flexible as you use them, but you still always have your hot water, boiling water thing you do too with them. But they're a great customer service, good company. The new metal ones that I bought, the shiny. In the video, I actually weighed them and gave the difference in the weights. The plastic ones are very light. Obi's gonna go to shift again. The plastic ones are very light, and the metal ones, they're although they're hollow, they're still heavy, but they're longer and to work with for Tunisian. Because a lot of times I don't hold real close up on my Tunisian hooks. I hold back further because it makes doing the picking up my stitches and then doing the return pass back a lot easier. But they're both good hooks. I got my Quizlet, the metal hooks. When I got that set, they've gone up like $10. But then I've seen them go as low as 58. It's an up and down thing. My Denise hooks, when I bought them, this is going back to 2019 when I bought those. My Tunisian hooks, 2019 or 2020, I bought them. I had to look back at the video I did when I did a review on them. I paid less than it was like 65 Canadian. Bailey, if you watch AliExpress, if you watch AliExpress, because when you go onto AliExpress, they actually come up in Canadian dollars, and just type in metal Tunisian IC hooks, and it'll come up. I got them from Quizlet, and I've got a lot of things from that store, and I will say I've given them good reviews because everything I've ever got from them has been good quality. It hasn't been just crap. Been good quality, and a couple times that something came that wasn't in, and it wasn't anything that they did. It was the shipping. People smashing things. Immediately refunded my money, apologized profusely, and said keep whatever, throw it away, do whatever. So I have it's because I don't know if they're the only company doing. I got mine from Quizlet, so I put the link in the video in the description box. There is a link for Quizlet on AliExpress. So, well, it looks like we're coming up on the top of the hour, and wrapping this up because I do have to go cook supper and take a shower and take a breather. and try to. Well, see, Bailey, wood, whether it's a birch laminated. Now, my net laminated birch DPNs are very slick. The birch, the finish they have on them, those are from Nipix. But plastic, resin, and wood are a grip. They offer more grip. And I use those when I'm using an extremely slick yarn. Silk, even like Karen Simply Soft is a very slick yarn. I will use the plastic, my Denise hooks, when I need to have a little bit of grip so that I'm not losing my stitches. Same thing when I'm knitting. I've got my Clover Takumi. They're bamboo, very smooth. My very first set of interchangeables I bought that I still have and I still use, and they've got a nice pointed tip on them. But then I can flip over and use my Chow Goose, and then I have some, just like one set of tips and cord from like the Mindful collection, and I've got some of the Knit Picks, So, but I showed you. Does anybody? Okay, you can put it in the chat, the comments, so I can see. Does anybody know of anybody that's having lives this evening or later on this afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in? Please let me know, because I'm so far out of the loop on everything. I try to, like, I know on Monday mornings, I put Dawn Yarndoll on because of Hobie Bingo. Hobie, Hobby, however you want to pronounce it. She has her bingo, and she has West Coast Wednesdays, which is usually late at night, which I usually am listening to go to sleep. It's not that think you guys are boring, but I literally put on just podcast, watch list, whatever, to go to sleep to. So subconsciously, I'm watching you or listening. Yeah, just let me know if there's any. Juan, I've never been to one of Juan's lives. I watched the replay of one of his mom, and his mom. I just think it's lovely that to have a good relationship with his mom like that. Okay. Oh, no worry, Bailey. You're still no, you're still in touch. You still have your lives on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Mother's Day. That if you're blessed enough to still have your mother, don't forget about her. Mine's in heaven. I wished her a happy Mother's Day. I sang the song to her. My daughter-in-laws both messaged me this morning. I'm sure my son will later today sometime. But if he doesn't, that's okay too. I know he loves me. And I hope wherever you're at, you're staying safe, you're healthy, you're happy, doing what it is that makes you happy. And remember, hug, smiles, and happiness, pass it on. Make the world a better place each and every day. Be the light that shines. Here's bye for now from Deer Island. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you guys all. And thank you again. Yes, Demetra. And thank you again for coming. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your DNA. Subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Let's get me to 1,500 at least by my podiversary in August. If not, 2K. What the heck? Let's do it. Let's go for it and get me to the first level of monetization. 511 away. Watch ours. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Y'all come back now.